welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Stels. Whew. Thank you for tuning in today. From the last video, someone sent me a DM and asked me if I could advise on various ways to answer questions during interviews, or because I talked about recruitment processes in bank. Truthfully, I haven't been in HR for like anything human resource related in over 7 years. So I only read up on some things, and I can only advise based on what I've read up on. I'm not currently in the practice. I work in the bank, but I don't work in the human resource department of the bank. So, but I was able to refer her to someone who is more knowledgeable than I am when it comes to that field. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Naira, like our dearly beloved Naira. How has this currency devalued? How has it gone? I'm talking about this particular one, no, this one, not this one. This one is not ours, but we use it a lot. I'm talking about this one. This is dollar. This is Naira. So how has this currency devalued so much that these two are not mates? Like, these two are not mates. Regardless, this is 500 and this is 100. But these two, they are not mates at all. So, in fact, you need like 500 of this to buy this. Is that ridiculous? What am I saying? Okay, no, we'll even come to the conversion later. So, back to what I was saying. How is it so bad? How is currency so bad? Like, oh, sorry, you need one. This is 100, but you need like one of it to buy. You can't even buy this. $1 is not even 500 anymore. It's over that. So let's go back to the beginning. You know, in the beginning. Now, starting with the payment system in Nigeria, we started from barter system, trade by barter, where you have yam, I have corn, and because I need corn and you need yam, we switch. So we started from that, and we progressed to the use of cowries. We used cowries. It was a very, very portable means of moving money, you know. Then you have to carry your yam and go all the way to look for someone who wants corn and all that. But once you just have that cowries, you can be able to pay. It was a payment method. You know, from cowries we moved to shillings, and there are some parts that still use shillings to date. I think Kenya and Uganda that still use shillings to date. From shillings we moved to pounds, and from pounds we used, I think that was around 1959 thereabouts. Then we moved to Naira. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, shillings around 1959, because I like to get my facts right. We moved to Naira. Now this Naira that we moved to, we had Naira and Kobo. You know, Naira is like the short version of Nigeria. If you didn't know that, at least I've taught you that one now. Naira is like the shorter version of Nigeria, and the Kobo was like an imitation of the word copper, because the Kobo coin is made out of copper, zinc, and I think nickel. So they tried to imitate the word copper and named it Kobo. So we moved that currency, which we became our legal tender. So Nigeria now had a national decree. Every currency has a national decree that, okay, this is going to be your legal tender. In the US, they made a national decree that this dollar is going to be their legal tender. In Nigeria, we have a national decree that this Naira is going to be our legal tender. So this currency has shifted from what it originally was, as in the value has shifted. This is just paper. Without attaching any value to it, this is printed paper on colored. This is colored ink on paper. Without attaching value to this dollar, this is colored ink on paper. So how are these two different? Why is this paper and this not equal to this paper? What are the forces? What are the things that make these currencies unequal? I'll talk about that as we go. So now I want to start from when I started understanding these things, because in the year 2000 or 2001, I think 2000, yeah, one of my neighbors traveled to the US, and as she traveled to the US, she came back and she gave me $10. I saw dollars for the first time. I saw dollars for the first time. Was it? Yeah, I saw dollars for the first time. That was the first time I actually saw dollar. I was so excited, and my dad changed it for me and gave me 5 to 200 Naira notes. So imagine that, if I'm correct though, I'm trying to remember, Sha. I'm trying to juggle my memory, but I think she gave me, is it $10 or $100? No, she gave me $10, and my dad gave me 1,000 Naira. I'm trying to really juggle my memory if I'm correct, but I think so. So as at then, the value of the Naira was about 100 Naira per $1, 100 naira per $1. So yeah, I'm correct. $10 for 1,000 naira. So that was in 2000/2001. 10 years after, that was in 2011, the value of the naira grew from 100 naira to 110 naira to $1 to 150 naira to $1. That's in 2011. So if you had bought dollar in 2011, do you know how much you'd have made by now? So in 2011, we had like dollar was like 150 naira thereabout. So from 2011, 11 years after, we're in 2022 right now. So 11 years after 2011, the dollar is now 500. Okay, bank rates, parallel rates, that's bank rates, is about 416 naira, supposed to be. If you check xe.com, if you want to really check parallel rates, if you want to really check official rates, like if countries are trading or you're trying to use a platform, you know, that's the actual rates, like 416 naira. If you use xe.com, you see it. You know, but if you go to BDC, that bookie in that corner, it will not collect 416 naira from you. It will collect over 570 naira from you. And it also depends on your bargaining power. Now, I would give you tips on, okay, before I even go into that, let's really talk about this in equilibrium, because it's not currency notes. So now, what makes the dollar more special than the naira? Can I break it down? Okay, dollar belongs to the US, country A. Naira belongs to Nigeria, country B. The people in country A are producers, they are manufacturers, they produce drugs, they produce quality items, they produce, what do you call these things? Computers, they produce so many things. And we, in country B, we are the what? We are the consumers. We do not produce, we only collect. We are a utility country, we are not a production country. So many things we need. They say Nigeria is a developing country. Well, I'll still say we are underdeveloped, to be honest. Because developing where? You know what? Is it Nollywood or what? Anyways, let me not bash my country. But the thing is, country B needs a lot from country A, which is US now, to be precise. Now, we because of the demand of the things we need from them, the way it works, there's a gateway analogy to this thing. The thing is, the way this thing works is, before I can buy something from this country, because this our currency, Naira, is not used in country A, before I can purchase that bag I want to buy, that Birkin bag, before I can buy it, I cannot pay my Naira to them. They will not collect it. So before I can buy that Birkin bag, I have to convert. I need to first of all buy their currency. I need to convert my Naira to their dollar, buy their currency. After buying the currency, I would now be able to buy the Birkin bag. Now, people have realized, that's the free market. The market has realized, that's your BDC people now. They've realized that a lot of people are interested in buying from country A. And so there's a market. That's why you see BDC is a business. There's a market where, because of your greed, because of your human nature, because of your excessive demand of items in country A, there is a need for there to be a market that can trade these currencies, that can exchange these currencies. You're in country B, country A, because you cannot physically go there and buy the items, and because your Naira is not used in that country, there is a market that can switch currencies for you, you know. There's a market that can switch currencies for you, give you what you want for you to buy that Birkin bag. Now, these people have realized that this is a business, so I cannot just be exchanging, giving you equal value of this thing. I have to make my own money from it. So they put a price on it. These are one of these. This is not the only factor that that brings about the instability of the conversion, but this is a major force. Like the supply and demand of these currencies is a major force in increasing the value of the Naira or reducing the value of the Naira. So because a lot of things we use, from our hair creams, from our phones, a lot of things we use are being imported. You know, the price, nobody is wanting anything from us. We are not exporting anything, just oil. What else? Cocoa. Other African countries can give them that. So because we don't really have anything we are sending out, there is a low demand of your currency. Because of the low demand of your currency, your Naira drop. And because of the high demand of the products in the US, the dollar goes up. I think I'll make a fantastic teacher, but I hope you just understood the breakdown of what I said. So this exchange, this back and forth, this buying and selling, I mean, not back and forth, this buying and selling actually influences the value of your currency. So you people should produce more rather than consume more. I also want to talk about, I think I've explained that bit. Anyways, I've explained the progression of our payment method, how we started from trade by barter to cowries to shillings, then pounds, then naira. Moving away from that, I've talked about how the need for dollar came about because of importing things. And not only that, there are some people that have their children in the university over there and their parents are working here, their parents are earning naira and their children are paying school fees in dollar. So for you to pay the school fees of your child in naira, you cannot send 500, you cannot send this naira notes to University of Sunderland or University of Kilangwe, University of Plymouth. Actually, don't let me chop my lips. So you cannot send naira there. So because you need to, there's a need again to convert, to change hand, for money to change hand. The rate is being also influenced. So there's a need for us to do so many things in our country, for this value of this naira to go up. There's a lot of work the government needs to do, but they don't know. I think they know, but they're just, So back to the last tip I want to give now. Now that you've understood the market system, aside from this, there are various macro and micro, economic forces that actually influence the naira notes. There are so many other forces that influence naira notes, but this is majorly what does. I'd like to talk about this man here, this dollar bill. I'd like to talk about it. If you want to change money and you go to BDCs, you have to be very careful. If you want to change naira to dollar, you have to be very careful. There are different series. Every dollar bill has a series. I would bring it closer. Like if you look closely here, you see, I hope it's focusing. You see series 2017. I hope my hand is not blocking it. There's an old series, there's an old 1999 series of dollar bills, which some people don't know. They will just go to Abuki will change money for them and give them old series. If you collect 1999 series and you take it to a bank to deposit into your domiciliary account, the bank will not collect it. So if you want to collect any dollar bill, ensure that it is within the 2009 to 2017 series, because that's the recent series, 2009 to 2017 series. And if you have the old series, and you take it to BDC to change, they will change for you, but they'll change for you at a lower rate. I was also privileged to know that if you have $100 and you take it to BDC to change, the rate they will give you, because a large bill, now large bills are like $50, $100. If you have $100, the rate they will give you is different from someone that has 5 $20 bills. Like you have 20, just like you have 20 naira 5 and you have 100 naira 1. Now what I'm saying is, if you have $100 bill and you have 5 $20 bill, they're actually the same thing. 5 $20 bill is $100 and $100 is $100. But the rate they will give you for a larger bill is more than the rate they will give you for the smaller bills, because the smaller bills are not in demand. There was a time the banks refused to collect smaller bills in the bank, $10, $20, but now I think they still collect it anyways. So lastly, I also want to say that be careful of scam. If you're going to change your money, please go to a verified BDC. If you're using Aboki, please ensure that you can identify the difference between a fake dollar bill and an original dollar bill. And if you cannot, please go with someone who get a referral, someone who has changed from this person before. At least you know that you can hold the other person accountable if it's a fake dollar bill. So thank you for tuning in. If you've not learned something, I think if you learned that naira is is a short form of Nigeria, you've learned that kobo is from copper, the word copper, that coin is made out of copper, zinc and nickel. You've learned that, I think you've learned a lot of things actually. You've learned that the dollar bill has series. Don't go and collect 1999 series. You've learned that larger bills, are more in demand than lower bills. You've learned the difference, the reasons why, one of the reasons why this man and this man are not the same thing, and why the values are different. So I would like to do more financial videos, but I don't know if to get me enough views. But I just like to educate people on finances. I don't know why. It's in my body because I like money. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. See you in the next one. I remain your girl Stels. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to this video. Okay? See you in the next one. Ciao.